Okay, and so welcome back to the creating the Wikispace account and classroom tutorial. This is part two of the tutorial, and at this time, we're going to go ahead and create a wiki page based upon the account that we have established. So, as you can see here, there's a link here to create wiki. So we would click on that link there. And at this point, it's going to ask you for what type of wiki page that you'd like to create. So you will go ahead and select the higher education or whatever is applicable, if it's K through 12 or but in this case, being that we set it up as a student account, we're going to just select higher education here, and then we'll just click continue. And then here's where we can get a little bit more creative to create an actual name for our page. So we're going to call this um, Grooving Victory. I don't know where that come from. I just thought of that. So when we create a name, um, as you can see, it is attached to wikispaces.com. So it basically creates a hyperlink. And so you just want to keep that in mind because um, when creating a name, you'll notice that um, that is attached the .wikispaces.com because it is a hyperlink, kind of equivalent to as if you were creating an email address. So for with that being said, um, you are not allowed to have spaces in between the names. So it would have to be um, joint. So I just eliminated that space there. And being that this is a school account, you want to go ahead and enter in the school. And I am going to enter in Valencia College because I am in Orlando. All right. And then if you wanted to enter in a course name, you can do so as well. It is optional though, so it's not required for you to have the course name entered there. And then you can also enter in the grade if it's a K through 12 page as well. All right, so then we're just going to go ahead and certify that this wiki will be used for educational purposes, and then we will click create. Voila. So we have a wiki page as well as a classroom. So at this point, we are now ready to build our classroom, and we are also ready to personalize our settings. Okay, so the first thing that I want to just show you real quick is how to create a join code, because as you remember from the first video, we when we created the account, we skipped that step. So we're going to click on members, and then it gives you the option to create a join code here. And basically what that does is um, you know it allow you to invite others to view your Wikispace classroom, but they'll only have access to it for a certain amount of days. So as you can see, when we clicked on code or creating a join code at the top right hand corner, it states that our code was created, and it generates a code for you, and it also generates the hyperlink. And so this hyperlink is what you will actually give to anyone, or that you will send to anyone who is interested in viewing your or having access to your class, your Wikispace classroom. And when doing so, you would give them that generated code. And as you can see here, it states that uh, that the code will expire for them on March the 28th, which is exactly 7 days from from today. So, being that today is March 21st. So, whenever you do invite someone to your classroom, they will have access to this classroom for 7 days. All right. And so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and walk you through the process of how you actually invite someone to your classroom. So you would just click on where it says invite people, and as if you're sending an email, you would just type all of the email addresses that you would like to use. You know, if you have multiple email addresses, of course, you'll just have make sure you place a comma in between, and then you can continue adding as many names as you'd like. And then once you've added all of the names, it basically generates a message for you, and then you will click send. Says invitations have been sent. So, um, in a few moments, I'll check my email to just make sure that we receive that invitation. But for now, let's just continue on with this training. So, let's talk about a few other things that can be done. So, you have the ability to create pages. What you'll find with your Wikispace classroom is that for most classes, it's broken up into weeks or modules. And so realizing that instructors usually assign certain assignments each week. A lot of times, if it involves online courses, there may be discussion topics for each week, or if it's reading assignments, there may be specific assignments that are due each week. And so, many times when Wikispace classrooms are created, pages are also established for each week or each module. So if you would like to create pages for each week so that you organize your assignments and your discussion boards and everything that you're going to facilitate in this classroom per week or per module, that can be established by you just clicking on pages and basically then you would click on if you want to establish a new page, just click new page here, and let's say we're going to name this page week 1, and then we'll hit create. And if you want to have some form of a description of week 1, you can do so. So for this particular page, we'll just say please see attachment. And at this time, we're going to also attach a file in week 1, which um, which will just assume that the file that we're attaching in week 1 will be the first assignment. So we'll do insert files. Actually, we'll do upload files first before we insert it, right? And so let's find an assignment for week 1 here. Okay, here's one. right, click on this assignment as it loads. And it says file uploaded. So what that means is that it should show in week 1 here. So, all right, so let's click the X to see if it's listed here. And so we have the attachment and we have the description here of this page. So let's just go ahead and click save here. And then we can see what we have. All right, so as you can see, we have created our first page for week 1. And when we click on it, the name of this the description of this page is please see attachment. But if we actually click on pages, we now also see that it provides to us kind of like a history of what has been done. So you have two different areas that you can navigate the pages. You can navigate the pages by clicking on the actual page that you've created individually. Of course, we'll do another page, but if you click on pages here, it kind of gives you um, kind of a history of anything that's uploaded. So we can actually see that this is the attachment that we've uploaded. And this document is what we're sharing in this classroom. So so the benefit of sharing documents is, if you're doing a group project with your classmates and, there is a requirement for each group member to contribute certain assignments, then you can share documents in each week in the pages of your classroom. So let's go ahead and create a second page here. So we'll just click on pages here. And then, so when we click on pages, it's kind of like the home button of where you can actually establish a new page or establish new files. So we're gonna actually create a new page and assume that this would be week 2. So just click create here, and then we can just click save. We're not gonna add anything to it just yet. Okay, let's see here. For whatever reason it didn't save. Let's see here. Okay, so apparently there is a requirement uh, to write some form of a description prior to saving um, the page. So, okay, well, cool. So we have week 2. And then once we click on week 2 here, if you notice in each page, it includes a discussion. So if we want to have a quick discussion about week 2 to say, um, let's call this discussion conference call notes. Because what we will find is that in your group, there may be conference calls or there may be meetings that you may want to establish. So then you might want to, put meeting notes